but you don't know like what gun it looks like from Call of Duty? Because like I know.
So like this.
It looks like this when I hold it.
Go like this.
The barrel. Shoot, that's all I see.
You go bam.
It sounds like clack 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 clack.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mix Up the Mind. I'm Dylan.
Alex.
We got Daniel over here, our special guest for today. He might be reoccurring, we don't know. We're just mixing it up on you, of course. Title of the channel, that makes sense. It all makes sense, trust me. But we're really here to just chat with you a little bit today, see how things have been, chat with each other. I know I just got done with a really good workout today, really solid, hit chest and triceps, which me and Daniel worked out with somebody else, and it was great. What did you do today?
I was going to be a gym rat and go hit the gym and do some cardio, but I decided to do some tennis with my buddy because he just got a new tattoo, so didn't want to ruin it. Otherwise, I do some jiu-jitsu.
He got more tattoos?
And choke some people out. He didn't get more. He's like he's completing a sleeve.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, what?
It's not like, well, technically it's more.
This friend he's talking about, I told him roughly this time last year, so roughly last March, we went and got tattoos, and they have the same message, but he got a different one and I got a different one, but the same message is in it. And I told him, tattoos are addicting, man. They're really addicting.
Yep.
And since then, he had 0 tattoos. Now he's got 2 different leg tattoos. He's got a shoulder, he has a sleeve. He went hard.
Yeah.
He let it do it. Tattoos
You know who we're
great.
talking about.
Yeah. If you're watching, you know who you are, and I love you. But you succumb to the addiction of tattoos, because they are. If you have them, you know.
It's something else. It really is, because it can almost be a spiritual moment for you, for some people, because they're going through so much pain. Like, why would people ever do this?
Yeah, definitely not for me.
Some people really love it, and they're like,
this is pain.
Some people really love it, and this is, it's comforting for them, and some people do it just to heal, because they've gone tattoos before, but they're like, I've gone through this trauma, I want to have this tattoo, so it's a way of having like a physical transition.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Physical transition into a new stage of life, because you can't
get rid of
You
don't have any tattoos, right, Daniel?
Not a one.
Not a one. Do you want
That's
any?
okay.
At some point?
I kind of thought about it, and I was kind of, because I'm at that kind of point where I want to get a tattoo, but at the same time I don't know if I know what kind of tattoo I want. Because
Gotcha.
I hear there's people that go out there, they'll get a tattoo and they'll regret it, and I kind of have an idea on kind of some of the stuff I want, but I'm also kind of thinking like, well, I want to make sure I get a tattoo that I really want and not like regret it later on.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I have a few tattoos, and they're all basically for me. It's like I tattoo different commitments. That's where all of mine have the base of. But some people, look, they just go get tattoos because they think it's cool. But then I've heard some people who are like, I would never tattoo something that I just think is cool. Yeah, I understand it both ways. It's kind of like whatever floats your boat, right? It's your body.
Yeah.
Right,
do
but
what you want.
Then again, you'll have the, FOMO, the fear of missing out, because you're like, oh, I want this, but I don't know what to get. But I want to experience this, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then like 10 years down the road, like, I should have got that.
Well, 10 years down the road, you could still get it. It's just a matter of how the skin will hold up.
Get
it while it's nice and supple.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it right after a good
But
pump.
you said that, like, what was it? You did tennis because you didn't want it to mess up the tattoo? Or?
Yeah, so when you get a tattoo, you depending on the person, depending on the artist, whatever they tell you, listen to your artist. I'm not saying I know more, I'm not saying I know less. But when you get a tattoo, typically you want to wait 2 weeks to let it heal. At least 3 days of like not sweating like really hard, from my understanding, what I've been told. And jiu-jitsu has a lot of friction.
A lot of friction, a lot of rubbing.
Friction.
So me, I have, like I said, quite a few tattoos. Not a ton, but quite a few. And my wife and I, we actually went and got tattooed wedding rings. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but she followed the rules. I didn't, and I think it was like 36 hours later, I was like, oh shoot, oh yeah, I'll box, no problem. Let me put my hands in these gloves. I'll just put my hand in like a bag before I put my hand in the glove. And her tattoo looks great. I've got to get mine touched up, which free touch-up for a year. Shout out Lucky Mermaid Tattoo. But yeah, mine, I lost a lot of ink. So that is why you don't do certain workouts.
And that was just boxing, so it's like going like that. Jiu-jitsu, especially it's a shoulder and a chest. Rub. You use this to choke. All this.
Is that where you got? Was like upward in the shoulder?
Well, he's finishing his arm now.
It's his left arm.
Oh, he's in the.
Well, it's his left arm, but I was,
Do you know what
all
kind
right, we're being accurate.
Well,
It's here
I'm trying
and here.
to be accurate.
Oh, it's okay.
But I don't want to give him away. Gosh, like anyone who has a tattoo on their right chest, right arm.
It
I'm
could
talking
be
about
you. It could be you.
No, I've seen some of those tattoos and like
He's also
the
very
half
tall,
sleeve that like
from
goes
what I
into
hear.
the chest. It's a cool tattoo, or it's a cool sleeve. Is it a
That
sleeve?
was a low blow. Come on.
But
Love you.
yeah, with tattoos, everybody kind of has their own. There's certain things that you definitely want to follow, and then everybody has their own kind of, what would it be?
Principles, rules.
Rules that they follow. And the one time I didn't follow it, I know why I follow my rules, because it sucks.
I can't wait.
That's
I
why
can't
you
wait.
listen to your artist.
I can't wait till you see you on touch up number 7 of the year.
No. I'll listen to it this time.
So, other than a wedding ring, would you ever get hand tattoos?
No.
No?
Nope. Big
You're
no.
a millionaire. Hand tattoos.
Still no for me.
Passive income millionaire.
Yeah, still no for me. I don't know what I'd want to say on my hands specifically that I would be
That you can't see
cool
with your
with
mouth.
it. That I couldn't say with my mouth, or that I'd be cool just having out there all the time. Like something super cool art. Why not up here?
Yeah,
I was like,
really
are we limited to the wrist down or
That's what
Wrist
he's
down,
saying. Wrist
hands.
down. Hands.
how big?
Is this your hand up here?
Well,
I don't know what you think
how
of
big
it.
does the tattoo have to be at that point? Just
Hand tattoo. Think of what's your standard hand tattoo? When I tell you a hand tattoo, what do you think of?
I think like a little X on the end of my finger.
Okay.
Okay.
Passive million income, like 4 dots.
Just because. Just be like, I got a hand tattoo. Ha ha ha.
No, because nobody's gonna see. It's gonna be like 4 dots. It's gonna look like freckles or something.
Probably.
If I'm gonna
I
do
get $1 million.
anything cool with my hands, I'm just gonna learn some sign language. Catch me
Yeah.
talking.
No, I'm not interested in getting any hand tattoos at any point.
I had a friend who got a West Side knuckle tattoos that were west and side.
Oh, West Side. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
And
side knuckle.
Was he from California?
he's born and raised here.
That's technically west side.
Yeah, we're
You would
northwest.
Is he from like the west side of the river?
No, he is like maybe
Where does
west
he-
side of 82nd.
That's a good question. If you say
Just
you're from the west
get
side,
out of here.
when you say
That was a stupid tattoo.
No. What made it even better though, he got the tattoo and it was a very short time later, he became my scuba diving buddy, and our training was in a pool full of chlorine.
Like within a month?
Yeah, about that.
Oh.
Maybe a little less, but it was a very short time. That tattoo was gone. It was faded. It was like
and hand tattoos don't stay long. So,
They
and
take
it's
a
a
long
very
time
delicate
Yeah.
process to even get done.
Which, that's why you don't box 36 hours after a hand tattoo. Ta-da!
So
Full circle.
Well,
moving-
you said they disappeared. Do they like you mean like full on just?
So hand tattoos, because of the skin there. Well, you can explain better. Go ahead.
You use it a lot. Like, I got my tattoo like this. My hand was sitting like this. And then, most of the day, I'm like this. Boxing, this.
Stretch.
It stretches.
Oh, okay.
So number one, it's stretching the skin a lot. Like, I have a forearm tattoo, and when I got it tattooed like this, that stretches the skin though. but it's not enough to where it literally like expands the pores, basically.
And they don't have you tattoo like this, because then when you go like that, it's going to be crumpled up.
Yeah, sure.
So it's a sensitive skin. A lot of people don't get the under part of the ring tattooed because that's a way different skin. I opted to not do that because of all the lifting that we do.
Hey guys, we apologize for the static. Our digital voice recorder picked up some ghost, but as for the conversation, we started talking about Post Malone's tattoos, and Daniel mixed it up with Tekashi 6ix9ine. So much disrespect.
That's
6ix9ine.
wow.
Like
That's Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I listen to country
AKA
music.
Rat 6ix9ine, AKA Rainbow Hair 6ix9ine. Post Malone. Post Malone, on his knuckles, he has his favorite artist. He has portraits of artists.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
I mean,
think about the skill that the tattoo artist has to have
yeah.
to know about how much ink to put in, how
to not
much.
let it spread.
Yep, and to not put in, and then the touch-ups he has to get done on it, and you can see his portraits pretty well. I know he has like Johnny Cash. He may have Elvis. I don't know exactly who all, but I know he has portraits on his knuckles. And
I mean, look,
they look pretty good to me.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
There's tattoo artists that'll just blow your mind.
Oh,
but it's really the question of
how much do you want to pay?
How much dough you got, you know?
Yeah.
And
even sometimes expensive is still bad.
yeah, sometimes it's still.
I can't
not
believe
the best.
I confused Post Malone with Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm
He would be so disrespected
Yeah.
right now. He'd be like, you're banned from my music.
New tweet later.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's good that we're not on Twitter. What you got going on tomorrow?
I'm replacing headlights in my Subaru, fog lights in my Subaru Forester. I won't say the year, just know I'm balling.
Cool. All right. I mean, that's pretty solid.
How about you?
I gotta actually go in because I just remember I gotta go do an oil change and I gotta do my filters because I forgot that we got caught in that ash.
The fire and ash storm.
Yeah,
thing.
and I was
yeah.
I was like right at the crisp of level 1 for like the longest time.
Yeah.
So even in my car right now, if I turn on like AC, if I turn on heat, I can still smell the ash and everything. So
Really?
I kind of didn't think about it after a while.
You can get a new cabin air filter off Amazon for way cheaper, man.
Yeah.
I would, yep, 100%.
Both of these
Go ahead.
guys have Subarus, BT dubs.
It's like that's like the state car
It kind of
or
is.
the state model.
Hey,
Or a Honda Civic.
Hey, let's not feed in to the stereotypes of Oregonians.
But
Everyone drives a Subaru.
stereotypes for reasons because Honda
But
Civics
let's not make it
and
worse. Because
Subarus
now technically
are
I'm a part of
prevalent
that.
in
That's
this
true. I'm not gonna
state.
lie. At one point, I was driving home, and there was like me, Subaru in front of me, Subaru in front of Subaru.
You're like, what is going on?
I was like, all
is there a
right.
convention?
Run this town, baby.
But
Ooh, you are packing right now.
I am.
Show us it.
So
Don't shoot it.
well, that's what he's doing. He's unloading it, making
Okay.
sure everything's empty.
Gun safety, everyone.
yes.
You definitely can't see it down there, but
So
And just
basically,
to be clear, you got your concealed carry, yes?
yes, I got my concealed carry. So
I know.
So, whenever you're handed a weapon, this is for anybody who doesn't know how to handle weapons. So,
Yes.
magazine out, and I lock it to the rear, and there's nothing inside
check the
Yeah.
chamber.
chamber.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't want to touch it. I just
Yeah, no, I know, but
I have a friend who did not do that and got a finger shot. So, that's a real story.
Yes.
That's real things. That happens. So please, gun safety, everybody.
anytime someone ever hands you a gun, one of the biggest rules is to treat it as if it's always loaded, finger off the trigger. I like having a gun with a manual safety. So
That's
if you
smart to me.
well,
Yeah.
Glocks don't have a manual safety. Glock's safeties are in the trigger.
Oh.
So they actually, nice thing about Glocks, they have I actually learned about this. They have a two-stage. They kind of have like a two-step trigger.
Yeah.
So it's a thick trigger, and then there's a smaller trigger inside of it. No matter what, unless that smaller trigger inside is also depressed, the rest of the trigger won't depress either into
That's
the gun.
cool.
Interesting.
Glocks
So
really
what do
interesting.
you have there?
This is a 1911.
Okay.
Ooh, for all you Call of Duty fans out there, that's your gun.
Yeah.
Although I use a revolver.
Revolvers are nice. Revolvers never jam, and revolvers are real simple, real easy to
for
clean.
that ammo reload.
By the way, Call of Duty Masters over here on mobile. Get
on
at
mobile.
us anytime you want, bro. 7-9.
Yeah, I play.
HEGI baby.
I'm a Rocket League player in Fortnite.
Yeah, you know
okay,
something
so...
Daniel told me the other day? We were talking about sports games. And he was like, yeah, I play Rocket League. People were talking about Madden, 2K, and then Daniel brought up Rocket League.
It's a sport.
The question is, leave comments. Leave comments. Do you believe Rocket League is a soccer game, like a sport game, or is it a car game? Or
an RPG.
Okay, an RPG. Why not?
You role play. What's that called?
Hey guys, you're giving away the guesses now. Come on.
Yeah. So, please comment below what you think Rocket League is. But yeah, I thought it was very funny that Daniel was like, "Yeah, I play Rocket League," as if it's a soccer game. So, I was talking about well, I've got a PlayStation 2, and I tracked down NFL Street 2, which was my jam when I was younger, and it was great. He's not very good at NFL Street 3 or 2.
I get Ran, Street, Madden, 2K, Catch Me on Mobile. Catch Me on Mobile.
Yeah, mobile is definitely our strong suit. But NFL Street, look, I played that for so long with my friends growing up, and oh my gosh, from Strawberry Acres, that's where we lived. That was the hood, the old hood of Strawberry Acres. We would design your own team, create your own team. It was fun. It was good times. I really wish. Well, because did you ever play the street games? NFL Street, NBA Street, FIFA Street?
I have not. I was literally. I've played. I think one game on Nintendo 64. And it was a basketball game.
Okay.
I think.
That was probably like NBA Jam.
I don't.
98.
I remember I didn't know how to play, so I just kept trying to shoot. And I was a kid, and I kept trying to shoot like from the half court. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't going in.
Speaking of shooting.
One second. Speaking of things that don't make sense, me and my grandpa used to play Madden on like the PlayStation, the first one.
Oh, the white one / gray one?
Yeah. We would play Madden, and I would play and shoot. I think at this time I'm in first grade, maybe. Mm-hmm. Kindergarten, maybe. And I would think, fake punt. That's a great play.
And he would
second down. He's like, I know you're not going to punt it. And it took me so long to understand why he knew I wasn't going to punt it on second down. So, yeah, that's just a weird thought that I remembered just now.
So, speaking of shooting and gun safety, I remember in Oregon before they made assault rifles, like, you have to be a certain age to buy them, or I think they made them illegal. Is that correct?
In Oregon?
Yeah.
So
they passed a law like not too long ago, a few years back. So you had to be like at least 21, I think, to buy one.
So actually, as far as I know, and maybe it's changed. It's been a while since I've actually gone out there to buy an AR, just because if you don't shoot, it's an expensive. Or if you,
it's very expensive.
It's
very expensive.
It's expensive.
Just shooting in general right now, going to a range is expensive. Because you can't get a hold of ammo anywhere.
Yeah, and if I go to the range right now, I think I can get a box of 45, and that's it. That's my entire shooting quota for today, and I usually go through, on a normal day, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
And
isn't it like elevated in cost right now?
That range, I don't think it is. I think it's just right now. I don't think at least at the range that I go to, I don't think supply. I think it's just supply issue. Like there's no supply.
There's no supply at the moment.
But yeah, shooting can get really expensive. As far as I know, though, in order for me to get a handgun, I had to be 21 years of age. That makes sense to me. You can get ARs and other rifles at 18.
That makes sense.
That was bigger.
Yeah, so
can't conceal it.
Back when it used to be 18, it's not 18 anymore. I remember he bought one. It's like, I'm gonna give me.
Who's he?
One of my friends.
Okay.
So
like he
bought one.
You knew Daniel back then?
No. One of my friends bought one before the law passed, and I remember he bought it went out shooting and then came back and like he was showing it to me. I was like, oh dude, like this is pretty cool. I was like, I was like, this is clear. I was like, yeah. I was like, do you care if I dry fire it? And we're like little kids. We're like sitting crisscross on the floor in his room. I was like, can I dry fire it? He's like, yeah. He's like, and I was like, you should double check the chamber. There was a round in the chamber, and I would have blown his room up, and we would have been deaf for like a week.
Yeah.
Because we were like this and looking at it like this.
I wasn't raised around guns at all. Because I was primarily raised by my grandparents, and they didn't. I mean, my grandpa got a shotgun when I was in high school.
Those are fun.
But
to shoot some clays.
I don't think he's ever shot it. He just wanted a shotgun.
I have a shotgun if you don't shoot it. If you haven't shot it, it's not a shotgun, it's a no gun.
It's a dad joke is what that is. Thank you, Alex.
I have a Remington 870 and I shot, and so Remington, at least the shotgun that I had, there's an issue with boring. Like, so,
shoot it more.
It'll be less boring. No, so the diameter inside that holds the shell, or the chamber that holds the shell, I guess there's an issue with the shell expanding, and so there'd be times where I would shoot it and the entire shotgun would lock up. It's a pump shotgun, so as I pulled the trigger and I shot the round, and I would go to eject it out, the entire mechanism would lock up and it wouldn't eject it. And I
have a friend that essentially. What are most bullets? Copper? They're wrapped in copper or brass?
I'm pretty sure it's brass.
I think it's brass.
This itself, I mean,
that's
everyone
right
refers to it as lead.
So I have a friend who has a rifle, and he bought 1,000 rounds of, I want to say, copper shells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was brass, but the gun, you can fire about 100, and then the chamber, the boring, whatever the bullet goes through to shoot.
Yeah.
To go pew pew.
It was getting lodged in the chamber.
It gets too hot, so it expands the metal, and then it gets lodged.
Was it steel ammo?
Maybe steel.
Okay. Was it? Do you know what it was?
Not good.
Well, no, like the
pew pew.
Not a good gun.
I know Call of Duty guns, and I know what my wife has. That's all I know.
But you don't know like what gun it looks like from Call of Duty? Because like I know.
So it's like this.
It looks like this when I hold
you
it.
Go like this.
The barrel. Shoot, that's all I see.
You go bam.
It sounds like clack 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 clack.
I know.
Have you seen that video? And I love that video.
I know some guns. What is it? I know some guns like AKs can handle that stuff really well.
It is not an AK.
Okay.
I'd remembered that.
Okay.
I'd have 100, and it might be an AR of some sort.
Okay.
Speaking of firepower, what fights are going on this weekend?
This weekend is the Derek Brunson Kevin Holland UFC fight. The hype train behind Kevin Holland? Oh my gosh. There's also I know Tai Tuivasa's fighting. I know he's not the co-main event.
Shuey guy.
Yeah, Mr. Shuey.
Spit in this.
Drink it.
Everyone.
Middle of pandemic. I drink your spit. Yeah.
I feel like
I
Tuivasa. I think that guy.
Tradition, but
I mean, he seems like a fun individual. But Kevin Holland, Derek Brunson, that's the main card or main event. There's another fight that's pretty high profile that I just can't remember the names.
You can pull up the card.
I can pull up the card. You guys keep the dead air.
Kevin Holland. Do you know who that is?
The name sounds familiar. I'm not sure if I watched.
He's a lightweight.
Is it because Holland is a country as well?
It might be because Holland's a country.
Okay. I think.
And do you know a guy named Kevin?
I think Brunson.
Yeah.
Gregor Gillespie and Brad something. Brad Riddell.
I don't care for either of them.
Gregor Gillespie seems like I've watched him fight
lightweight?
one or two other times. He's pretty darn good. Yeah. So I'm gonna watch the three fights on the main card. So Derek Brunson, Kevin Holland. I'm taking Kevin Holland. I'm with the hype train. That guy's got some power, and he straight up dropped Joaquin Buckley. You know, the spinning ninja kick.
Oh.
The knockout of the year. He dropped him in his last fight. Just straight up. I think it was a straight punch, and then I think that might have been it.
Okay. You know what?
He knocked out Jacare, and he was like on the
on the
ground
ground,
leaning
yeah.
back. He just went BAM!
Okay.
And Jacare.
All right, I'll jump on the Holland train.
Come on, bro.
What do you got?
Like, I don't understand.
Holland or Brunson?
I think I'm gonna go on the opposite and just say Brunson.
Yeah,
Just to be devil's
The
advocate.
records are about
advocate.
the records are about the same. 21-7 for Brunson.
Versus 21-5 for Holland. Then we've got Gregor Gillespie and Brad Riddell. I'm gonna take Gregor Gillespie.
I don't care for it.
Okay, don't care either way.
Sorry.
Then we got Tai Tuivasa and Dontel Mays.
I'm going to Ivasa.
Tuivasa, because I like Tuivasa since I first saw him
Gross
fight.
things, but he's a cool guy.
Yeah, so those would be my
How's
three
the
picks.
prelim? Do they have
Prelims?
Dominic Cruz on there again?
No, nobody that you're familiar with on the prelims. Sorry.
Okay. I know Mighty
shoot.
Mouse is going to have
This was
his
just announced.
championship
I
coming
don't
up.
know if you knew this. You remember Costa and Whitaker were going to be
He's
fighting.
out because
Costa's out because he got some sort of an illness.
The flu, they said, not COVID. The
Yeah.
flu.
The flu.
Maybe he had too much wine.
Exactly. Do you believe he's being real? Or do you think Costa's just being Costa and only wants to do what he wants to do?
Adesanya? He's not going to get the Adesanya fight. They're not going to... He's not...
I believe him. I mean, I think he's being real.
I think he's
a
sick.
fighter.
But I think it's like... It's not like... Fighters get sick all the time, right? Even in a fight camp, and they still go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, if he's not in the hospital, I don't think, that's valid.
Yeah,
You're just
that's
not...
just...
You're like...
To me, it's a different...
But, it is your call, right? Because you're the one holding the gun.
Yeah.
You're going against someone else, so it's like it's your body at risk.
Yeah,
so if you don't think you can make it through your camp and still fight someone and win,
Here is another question then. So then what is the perspective of fighting on, say, 5 days notice? Because those guys don't get a camp. They were just training, and 5 days notice, boom, I'll fight him. They don't get a full camp. So this fight wasn't supposed to be for like 3 weeks. Though it's April 14th, I think.
Mm-hmm. April 17th, I believe.
April 17th. So that's literally a month away. If I'm feeling sick right now, and I'm a trained professional athlete, do you think that you should still fight or
still go through?
I'd continue.
I respect it because if he pulls out now, right?
I think David Goggins would go through it.
I think he'd be
Goggins
sick and
would
so in the
fight
ring.
even if he had 2 broken legs.
I think so too.
So, I respect it because the earlier he does it, the better it is, so they can find a better person to fight.
Yeah, they've already got him filled up with
not the Masvidal.
the guy that Izzy fought for the championship.
Jan?
Nope,
Not Jan. Oh, Whitaker.
not Whitaker.
Another guy he fought? Not
There
Yoel.
was a lot of fighting. Dang it, I feel bad that I can't
Gastelum?
remember. There we go, Kevin Gastelum.
Oh, he's back?
Yeah, so it's Gastelum and Whitaker.
I think Gastelum's going to win.
Oh, shoot.
Who do you guys got?
I'm taking the Reaper, man, in that fight.
No,
That's
I
weeks
don't
out,
get me
but
no.
I'll still take the Reaper.
Don't get me wrong. I love Robert Whitaker, but Gastelum versus like Adesanya was one of the best.
That was
fights,
a great fight.
like for fight
And
history.
Whitaker versus Adesanya wasn't the best fight,
But and Gastelum
but
easily
I
could have
think
been
it's
champion.
just different things.
Gastelum and Till, both those guys easily could have been champions, but they just had 1 or 2 things go the wrong way. Gastelum's a beast.
I agree.
Like, he doesn't look like it.
I'm not going to pretend like he's not.
he has
I
a
mean,
Ben
I think if
Askren
you
body.
fight in the UFC, you're a beast. Congrats.
But I'm excited because I haven't seen him fight since Izzy.
I
didn't even know who he was before he fought Izzy.
How do you feel about Masvidal getting the championship
Don't care.
fight versus Usman?
I don't care. I saw so many memes where it was like, it's like UFC Masvidal versus Jorge 2 Masvidal. Okay. So it's like.
I think it's silly.
I have a
I think
soft
it's
spot for
silly,
Masvidal, so I'm always on his side.
Well, I'd like to see him fight, but I think it's silly. Masvidal hasn't fought since they fought last.
Well, that's because he's like, I'm the money fight now.
Yeah, he has such a big brand behind him.
Kind of.
I mean, he's got a brand behind him, in my opinion. baptizes people, you know, and
He's only baptized 2 people.
lately, but it's. I just think it's
I'd like to
silly.
see Masvidal versus Covington.
I think that would. Be
I think that's way more exciting.
I think that.
And then Covington
be
versus
so
Usman.
fired up for that.
Or whoever wins
the
that
winner of that
versus
versus
Usman.
Usman.
Yeah. That
But
would
to
be
take somebody who lost to Usman
go right
and
back
then go
to
right back into the fight just with a
But
full
his
training
argument
camp.
was, I didn't have a full camp.
I understand.
But and that's what I was saying too. Like the reason why people take fights like within like 5 days is probably 1 for the glory, 2 you have an excuse if you lose, and for the money, right? If you need money bad, take it, right?
Or maybe you're just a champion.
Who was Covington's last fight? That
Woodley?
was it Woodley?
Woodby? Is that what I said? Woodby? Ty lost Woodby?
Yeah, Woodley.
I like to see a second round of
Internet.
that.
Why?
You know who
Covington worked him.
I know.
Oh, Woodley's
Why
about to
wouldn't
fight.
one
Woodley's about to fight
Woodley's
someone
on
too.
an undercard of, I want to say, the Stipe fight.
But do you know who
is
he's
he
fighting? I saw it. I forget who it was, and I was like, he's gonna get knocked out. Vincent
Luque.
Vincent Luque, and I was like, Luque is gonna run.
Was there a lot of bad
Woodley.
blood between Covington and Woodley?
Well, if you know who Colby Covington is, everybody hates him.
He's from Oregon.
Yeah, I think I think what he does is great. I think he's an amazing fighter. I think
It's
his endurance
true.
is impressive.
Yeah.
But if you are in the same division, you probably hate the dude.
I was
'Cause
gonna
he's
say-
good and he talks a lot of crap, and he's good. And
He's
those
not
are
champion, but
those are
he's good,
typically
though.
the people that you hate the most.
Oh yes.
Was it? I thought that Woodley Covington fight was a championship. That's why I was like, it'd be cool to see a rematch because they had bad blood in them. I was like,
When he fought Usman, he got his jaw broke, but I think that's, it is what it is. I think he deserves a title shot more than anyone else.
I think so too, and that was the closest fight that I've seen anybody have with Usman.
Didn't Covington do a leg kick on somebody and have his entire leg just snap?
That's Silva that you're thinking of?
Oh, Silva.
Anderson Silva, and that was
all over the place.
many years ago.
Question: Burns fought Usman, right? And he
Correct.
lost.
Got worked.
He got ran.
Got worked.
I feel for Burns though.
Usman's jab tore Burns apart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
that's why I'm saying Covington is the one that makes the most sense because it was the most competitive. Plus, Colby's come back and fought Woodley, worked him. Sorry, Woodley, if you're watching this.
I call
Maybe
you
you're
Woodby.
watching this.
I call you Woodby because I think at this point you are a legend in your weight in some aspects. I think you should retire though, because you ain't gonna beat any ass like your song says. From last time I checked,
it's
lost 14 rounds.
14 rounds
since that song,
which is nuts. That stat in itself is just an unfortunate one. But in reality, we're the armchair quarterbacks.
we are.
We
We
are the armchair
100%.
quarterbacks. Still big respect.
You would drop me in a heartbeat, but I'm still gonna talk that smack.
Because
I'll own up to
that's
it,
what we can
and I'll
do.
take that drop.
Yeah, I think Covington makes the most sense. But am I gonna boycott and not watch the Masvidal Usman 2? No, I'm gonna be watching it too. I'd still like my money back.
I don't want to
for
see it.
something,
I don't want to see a Diaz
ESPN,
fight.
for the 3 fights I missed a couple UFCs ago. That was
It's
the
like if we put out more pay-per-views faster, more fights faster, they'll ignore it. They'll
ignore
forget about it.
I didn't
We'll
forget.
never forget.
I didn't forget.
Never.
Yeah, how dare you?
Who do you think would win then, Usman or Masvidal?
Usman.
I think Usman's gonna win again. He won every round.
Masvidal's been training with Jake
I
Paul.
think
He's not winning.
I
Jake
think I think Masvidal might win a round or two.
I think 1 round. I think he wins 1 round, and Usman picks and tears him apart.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless Jorge blinds him with his hair and does some ring stuff, is just on the full canvas trying to get kneed in the face so he wins.
Yeah. So maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what's gonna happen, but I think that's good. I think that's good for today, right?
Yeah, I think
want to
that's
keep
solid.
it under 30 minutes.
Alrighty,
So,
guys. Well,
thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Daniel, for showing up.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We appreciate having you, and hope everybody has a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, whatever it is for you. And tune in next time within the week for more topics, more conversations.